Whoa, a two-pack with not just two new cars, but also two brand new characters. That is absolutely unheard of. And before you guys bring up Lisa and Louise, the twin ghosts from last year, I mean, they were twins. They were practically identical. Whereas here, we have two drastically different characters. And although Justin Roadrunner is being released as a single this year as well, he'll be in one of the next few cases. That's a variant. That version is different from the version included in this two-pack, and we're going to go over exactly how they differ later on in the video, so stay tuned for that. But I'm just so excited to be here reviewing something new for you guys outside of the NASCAR Lightning McQueen we just did a couple days ago. It's been super dry, and this feels a little bit more organic than McQueen because it's from the main line and we've been waiting on these for a while. It's not an expanded universe sideline, right? But if you do want to check out my review of McQueen, the link's in the description and card suggestion pop up below. Actually, the card suggestion pop-ups over here, and the description is below. All right, guys, speaking of new McQueens, we do have upcoming on the channel GRC McQueen and GRC Shoot to the Roki videos. They will be separate, but come out pretty much back to back. I want to spend a good share and give each character their due time because they're both awesome. And yeah, we're going to give every GRC racer that comes out a special video. So guys, stay tuned for that. Lots of exciting things to come here now that I think we've broken the floodgates, and we're going to have Case H singles and hopefully kind of snowball into Case J as well. But yeah, guys, let's get into it. Ken Anjinoki and Justin Roadrunner, all of these guys, including this two-pack, are from the newest two-pack case that has hit Canada, Walmart to be specific, and thanks to my good friend Trunk Fresh Green 34, he was able to hook me up with some of these because the US, in terms of two-packs, really only Target, Meijer, and some other retailers get them in, and they have yet to even get the second case of 2024 two-packs with On the Road Ramon. So this is the case after that. So we are super far behind, but thankfully Canada has been doing very, very well. But as you can see, new for 2024 Snipe there on the side. The artwork looks incredible. Justin looking fearsome. Ken Anjinoki looking fearsome. The first of his kind, to be clear. That is the first solar panel, electric vehicle, whatever you want to call it, member of that clan. Whereas everything they've done up to this point have been from the Rumblers clan, except for McQueen and Mater, but you have Jeremy, Chiefess, and Squat, Justin Roadrunner now, and Jason Roadkey, who is a new one from Case H of singles. So Ken Anjinoki breaks into that clan, which I'm happy about because we needed some of that. We needed that perspective, a different flavor from the Rumblers episode, and he looks awesome, maybe even better than Justin Roadrunner. We'll have to see about that. Now on the back here, you can see some other On the Road two-packs that they've done. May and K-Pillar Derev, On the Road, or as I call him, Sunset Ramon and Flo. And there you have Jeremy and Chiefess, who carried over from last year, but just got new packaging. So yeah, really nice. I'm glad that they show accurately some other On the Road two-packs on the back, as seen in Cars on the Road. But we will be right back with this just absolute giga pack of newness all opened up. Cannot wait. Just, this will feel great. Here we are with Justin and Ken out of the package, and man, they look great. I am so pumped to get into the nitty-gritty of each of them, but first, I want to show you guys where they appear in the Road Rumblers episode. It basically is like a movie Moments of Old, because Justin is the only unfortunate soul that accidentally shoots his weapon, and it lands on, honestly, a more unfortunate soul, Ken. Poor guy. Gets it stuck to his windshield there, and that is what the variant will be. The single version of Justin will have this projectile loaded into Justin's weapon's barrel still. So while it is only a slight variant, it's an important one because, of course, being in the two-pack with Ken, it makes more sense for it to already be on his windshield and for Justin to have already shot it. But the single version makes, I think, more sense for him to have it still loaded up into the barrel there. And if they ever do a single version of Ken, which is possible, although would be a little strange maybe with all the doodads on him. I don't know, maybe he's just more of a 2-pack character like Chief Dis or Red, kind of like verging on a deluxe, but definitely not a deluxe because he's like a smart, small car. But either way, my point being, if they do a single of Ken, hopefully he would not have the projectile, so then we would have a complete cycle of both pairs, basically, is what I'm trying to get at here. But yeah, guys, we're going to dive right on in here with Justin first, because I think there's a little bit, not a ton less, but a little less to cover than with Ken. Now, right off the bat here, I have a small critique, and that is the mouth here. I'm not saying it's, you know, egregious or anything, but it just looks a little weird. It's just like a black slit, like it's a black hole. Doesn't look like a mouth. Like, it really does not look like what a mouth should be. It's like he's been drinking sewer water or something. He looks like, it's like a venom mouth. I don't know. It's so strange. But, I mean, it gets the job done. I do like the eyes. I love the just rustic detailing of him as a whole. He does have a plastic back here, so it does make him a very light diecast, because, of course, only the front half of him is diecast. T11A, so that means we're officially into 2024 production. That is the 11th week of 2024. I do like how the back tires here are treaded. The front ones are not, but they are pretty much the same wheels. He does have these plastic side view mirrors, or not really even side view mirrors, kind of like exhaust pipe. Yeah, they're definitely not side view mirrors, but they kind of look like Edo Sands side view mirrors coming off of the hood there rather than back around the doors. But either way, a lot of the Demolition Derby racers dating back to Cars 3 had kind of these weird pipes coming out of random places, and they basically are additional exhaust pipes that they would stick in just random spots to kind of make them look a little bit quirkier. And because we know Justin Roadrunner is a reskin of Broadside, one of the many reskins throughout the show, as we initially complained a lot about back when the show originally debuted in late 2022, almost exactly 2 years ago now. But yeah, I mean, there are reskins of all sorts of characters. Of course, Fishtail appears in multiple different regards in the Salt Flats episode, and then again in the Road Rumblers episode. There are versions of Hit and Run, of course, in the Rumblers episode. I'm trying to go through the list of who else is there. I believe, of course, Jason Roadkey is the Fishtail reskin. Liability, I believe, has a reskin in there as well. Maybe even Pushover. So yeah, a lot of stuff kind of just copy and pasted and then put on a new paint job within the show. And we've already gotten over it. Like, I'm totally over it. I'm not mad about it anymore. But because of that, that's why these two are so similar. They have the exact same parts, and this is the Chinese version of Broadside. They did do a Thailand version in 2020, though, so I do want to make note of that. It actually is kind of forlorn. It was in a 2-pack with APB, but I do not have it, so this will have to suffice for now. I mean, I do have it, but it's just in storage, and it's in the package and not loose. But yeah, that being said, very different looking cars, just like the same structurally. You do still have the netting, kind of like a NASCAR racer, like we were talking about with NASCAR Lightning McQueen the other day with the netting on his window, but this is more of like a cage for a stunt vehicle. That Broadside had as well. Now, Broadside is just smooth, like if you run your finger across the window, you don't feel the netting. Here you do, so that's actually a really cool change. Of course, on Justin here, he has the weapon up top, which is just some sort of, I don't want to say the G word, because I don't know, YouTube is sensitive about that, but this weapon here that has a barrel and some sort of wire sticking out of it, it's pretty cool. Like, it's detailed well, it's a little rusted, it's got some silver parts, some black parts, it is plastic, you can kind of twist it a little bit, but yeah, I mean, I think it's well done. It's basically the same material as these exhaust pipes, maybe a little thinner, not as firm, a little more bendable. But yeah, really cool. And I can't wait to compare this weapon to the version with the projectile still loaded in it when we get that single version. Now, how will I do that review? Will I review him separately? Because this will be like a 2-pack review. I don't know. Like, will I review him at all? I mean, who knows? We will see. I guess it kind of depends on how well this video does to see if the audience would enjoy like a whole nother video kind of dedicated to Justin Road Ritter. Just random reskin getting 2 videos to himself. That'd be crazy. But yeah, I also like the back of Justin here. You could see how, again, instead of just being flat with all those bars, they're actually raised off of the surface there. And yeah, I mean, it's super noticeable. Like, it's awesome. Wonderful detailing, way better than Broadside. And this is a car that Mattel would do better with from Thailand than China, because there aren't any decals that they're going to screw up and make blurry. The eyes look great, so we already checked that box. And now it's just up to, you know, them to execute the rust and dirt detailing, which they are very good at. But yeah, you could see this little lock here for Broadside's trunk. That also converts over onto the plastic backing here. And by the way, Broadside also has a plastic backing. You can see like the mold of it, even though it's not painted. But yeah, that is technically a lock. And obviously the boards on the bed here are placed exactly the same. Just looks way better though on Justin because it's detailed and doesn't look as plasticky and cheap. Like, it literally looks lived in and weathered and like it was out in the desert wastelands for years and years, which would be accurate. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Justin. He's a great addition to the collection here. I'm glad that they did him. But I mean, at the end of the day, it is very similar to Broadside. And yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, though, he's got a better expression. I like the weapon. And like we talked about, the windows on the side and the back are actually kind of textured and beveled, which is something that the Chinese version simply lacked. So really cool there. Also, the front portions here, because of the mouth expression, is completely different mold. So it's not like 100% the same structurally. I don't really have anyone else to compare him to bring out Taco as well, because he's like another pickup truck from the Demolition Derby that has some similar features there, but obviously also a ton of differences. All right, moving on to Ken and Jinoki here. Now, there are a lot of iterations of Ken's model that we've seen in the past from Mattel, but most recently that is going to be Mateo that just came out last year. They are very similar, but again, different. Like, Mateo has this plastic running board along the side of his fenders there that Ken does not have. Ken's fully die cast. Like, this white part here is a plastic piece. Ken does not have that, but they are basically the same like smart mini car. Now, this might ring a little bit of a bell from Cars 2, because there are some of them like this in Cars 2. Hiroki, Takeshi, and Yukio, those 2013 Super Chases, all are technically this model, but when they did these for Cars 2, they were all like way too big. So here's Hiroki, for example, did not need to bring out Takeshi and Yukio, but whenever they do these types of cars, they're always awesome because they have so many like add-ons and not even like accessories, but just extra little doodads on the car. Like, Hiroki has the glasses and the hat. Yukio had the helmet. Takeshi had the helmet. Who else do we have here? Ruka. Ruka's got the hat on. And of course, they all have like the little cute antenna in the back. And Ken does not have that. He's got a whole bunch of other things going on. But yeah, Mateo did have the antenna as well. Who else? Courtney Braken. Why not? The girthiest of them all. Yeah, I don't know why they started off. I mean, this was the first one they did in 2012. Humongous, right? Super big for a car that's supposed to be a mini car. And then they slightly kind of made it smaller by a smidgen bit, it looks like, for Ruka and like Hiroki and Takeshi. But yeah, not even. They might even be the same size. Might be my optical illusion. And I do want to compare him quickly here to Bella Cadaver, just because also a Cars on the Road release, but yeah, I mean, it's a different model. Similar, though, in some fashions, right? Although a Fiat, not super similar to the, like, whatever. I mean, is this like a Nissan smart car? I don't know. Maybe it's a fictional smart car, but it does kind of maybe remind me of like a Nissan of some sort. Closest comparison is going to be Mateo, though, just in terms of size. Now, I absolutely love his expression. Very accurate and fitting for what happens in the episode when he gets hit with this. And he's like, dude, what the hell? I thought we were at truce. I thought we were having a moment there for a second. I mean, basically, Justin is what starts the massive war between the two factions. And Ken, I mean, poor guy doesn't even do anything. It's not like he overreacts. He just takes it. He's like, wait, bro, come on. Like, are you serious? And then, like, everyone else just starts fighting. Ken wasn't even about it. It's not like Ken went nuts, like, trying to get revenge or anything like that. So, really respectable character, honestly. Quite the hero. But, yeah, no, I love his expression. The mouth looks better than Justin's, I'll say that. He's got a little tongue going on in there. But also, I like how even though these are supposed to be, like, they look a little more civilized than the Road Rumblers. They don't have a queen and slaves and like a big ice cream truck that's a monster truck now. They're all just like electrical like vehicles or whatever you want to call it. You know, they don't all seem electric, by the way, but regardless, there is no hierarchy, it seems to them, at least that we can discern. And yet, my whole point is to say that they're all still dirty though, which is great. Like, I would be very upset if they were just clean cars, because that would not be accurate for, again, being out there in the wastelands for any period of time. But yeah, although they aren't as rusty, they are still quite dirty. As you can see, Ken has got all sorts of dirt detailing along the fenders and onto his hood, which is awesome. The two-tone is really cool on him, like a nice little white and gray, gunmetal gray. And yeah, I mean, he's got the projectile there just pressed right into his forehead. It is a plastic piece. He's got the taser, the electroshock device, as they would call it when they released Holly Schiffwell in 2016. I love how you could see, like, this front portion here is painted like a different shade of gray. Then this is kind of like just the regular base shade of gray plastic. And then you have the black cord kind of wrapping around it. It does seem like it was jerry-rigged a little bit, but very cool. I love that. I absolutely love these things. But this is actually super, like, if Mattel never makes another one of these electric vehicle, I hate saying that, we need to get a better name, like environmental clan cars. We could take all the stuff from Ken here. We need to buy a lot of Kens to get solar panels and the tasers, and then we could start attaching them and repainting like Natalie Surden's, because that is the other kind of model car that we see in the clan. So yeah, I mean, we could rip off the flags, the spear here, and start attaching it to other cars. Obviously, an expensive way of doing customs, because we'd have to get a Ken for all of these materials. But after we strip the Ken down, maybe we could find a way to like patch up the hole in his head and then start making Cars 2 customs out of the little mini car. So yeah, I mean, the brain, yeah, it's working. Like, the mouse wheels are spinning up there. I got ideas. Now, this guy is also T11A there, as you could just barely see in black. It's a very date stamp there, but yeah, both of these were produced in the same week. Now, this does look like it's attached to the wheel, but it's not. It's attached to the body just above it. Now, I believe, like, in the actual episode, these would have been attached to the like wheel itself, so they could have some sort of dexterity, because just being attached to the body, he can't do a whole lot with that. I mean, same thing here with the taser. It's not like he has full movement over like his back shin here, which is basically the equivalent of this. But yeah, I mean, it looks really cool. It's a nice little dirty flag up here. Nice little dirty flag. What a great description. Yeah, I mean, it looks good. It's awesome. Again, would have been upset if it was just like a perfectly clean, solid orange flag. The solar panel looks very good as well. All these plastic pieces, like, they're firm. They're not cheap. I'm very pleased about that. I mean, it looks good. You got the spear back here. This one's unpainted, but still, yeah, you could bend it a little bit, have some fun. Don't break it. Hopefully I won't here. He does have a license plate, B1120J, as per usual, the standard format for license plates after Cars 3 came out, which is initials on either side and a birthday in the middle. Whose birthday and whose initials they are, we never know. I mean, we've gone through dozens of these license plates, probably like 100 by now. And I don't think I've ever been able to attach an actual name to the license plate, like initials or the birthday at all, which is unfortunate. But probably they are either like Pixar employees or they are Mattel employees. I'm not sure if Pixar shows them what the license plate was intended to be. I think they do, because a lot of license plates shown in Cars 3, like actually in the movie, are in this format. So it's not like, oh, well, hey, like if the license plate's not shown in the movie, guys, Mattel, you could just make it whatever you want. So I do feel like this is Pixar that is dictating this. But then you would think that whoever the character is named after, that would be their birthday. Like Just throwing out an example, this is not applicable, but like Jay Schuster, named after Jay Shuster, his license plate would then feature Jay Shuster's birthday. That's not how it goes. It's not how it goes. Now, just wanted to throw something out there really quick. I saw Inside Out 2 the other day, and man, going through the credits, there are so many names I recognize just because of the cars that were released. But yeah, guys, that is all I have for you. I already compared them to a bunch of other cars. I guess I did forget Maddie McGear here, but again, not a super close comparison, but at least they all have to do that. Jesus. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, okay. Calm down, Ken. Jesus. Who would be more applicable? Who would be more fun to tase? I don't know. Maybe Zill. Wouldn't that be wild? Who wins? Zill versus Ken and Jinoki. Jeez. Jeez, that might be the next battle of the beast right there. But yeah, guys, thank you as always for watching. Let me know in the comment section below, who is your favorite Road Rumblers character that Mattel has released so far? Remember, we got Chief this last year and this year. We got Squat last year. Squat's a very underrated release. I love her spikes that are all rubber and bendy. Jeremy, released last year and this year, and he got a single release last year as well, so plenty of Jeremy to be had. You have Road Rumbler Mater, you have Road Rumbler McQueen. Both are awesome, pretty much top 10 releases last year. And hey, you could even include, if you would like, my custom Cap and Long Leggy up here, which I reviewed in, I think, like October, November of 2022. So yeah, one of my favorite customs in my collection, and seems like it was a good investment because Mattel is nowhere close to making one of those officially. All right, guys, as per usual, appreciate your support, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.